Hey there, welcome back to the table. So I have excuse me, I have my selections in front of me here. The Forester is going to trade in the leather armor and upgrade to studded armor. And so the studded armor does have a -1 to the agility, but so did the leather. And we get to ignore the perception penalty. And then we've never really cared much about the dexterity, because that's why we have the rogue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 and then a /3 to represent, what it is with the armor. And so that upgrade, we get to sell the leather armor for 2. We're paying 6 for this. So that's a net loss of 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 70. Sorry. I have 77 gold. I think I may have typed in 72. I need to check that on the app. If I did, I apologize for counting that wrong before. Also, somebody put in the comments that a apprentice wizard can only cast a spell twice. I did only cast spells twice. I think at first I was questioning, because I knew there was a rule for it, but I didn't remember how many times. I may have said 3, but just rest assured, if you go back and if you've made it this far in the playthrough, we've only ever cast a spell twice. They also mentioned that it's 1 less damage die and 1 less turn. That part I may have gotten wrong, is the 1 less turn. So my apologies there if I didn't do that correctly. And then somebody else pointed out that these are worth 5 coins. And, yes, I don't think that was ever a question. But don't worry, we got it covered. I had a lot of coins left from my character creation. We've earned coins in rooms. We've already done 2 quests. We've earned bonus coins from those. We got coins from coming out of our ears right now. So that's not an issue. Okay, so here's the 4 coins that I do need to pay. That is done. And then the Paladin is going to upgrade to the full armor. And it might have been in the part of the video where the voice was gone in the last series, but I rolled at the market and I only rolled an 8. So I couldn't get anything that had a common of higher than 8. There's a better armor out there, but we're going to do this one for now. It gives a +3. It's still -1 to movement, which is fine. And then it's a -2 to everything else, but we do everything else. And I know some people have said that they don't like the knight because the knight can't use a ranged weapon. To be quite honest, I don't feel like I need to use a ranged weapon with somebody. I mean, if you're wearing all this armor, your ranged weapon's going to stink. It's almost impossible to use a ranged weapon with all this armor, unless somehow you can ignore all these penalties. And so, anyways, I'm going to upgrade to the full armor, which does put her armor up to 6. She is now a 3/6. And I'm just writing that down, because that gives a +3. And it does put her agility down to 1. So you can see, I know it's sloppy, but it's a 3/1. She has 3 agility, but she really only has 1 with that armor on. And so the difference there in price is I'm selling it for 4, but I'm buying it for 20. So that means I lose 16 more gold. So here's 3. There's 16 right there. And so that at least lightened our coffers a little bit, but we still have quite a bit. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 32. Actually, we have 52 because I have 20 more set aside for the house. So we can buy plenty of other stuff. I just don't know what else to buy at the moment. I'm going to save up until we get to wherever we build our home, because I think we're going to, be spending some more money there. So I'm going to just set this money off to the side. And then let's flip over to the app. We did unlock local missions at the tavern, and it says I get to pick a random one within 3 territories, and I believe that's already on our map, but we'll get that sorted out whenever we switch over. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I just switched over to the map. If I shut off my other camera, my sound goes out. And watch this. I'm gonna just do my ABCs. A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So I shut the camera off for, I think, E, F, G. So I figured out that's why the noise went out. I got to be careful when I'm swapping back and forth here. But let's go ahead and pop over to the app. And I don't remember whose character I'm looking at here, so I'm going to just X out. And so, yes, for the Forester, we're going to add a studded leather. And then we're going to get rid of the leather. So that's out. And then we're going to go back to our heroes. Of course. Got to log back in. I'm really glad it saved the password. Let's do our Forester again. Get rid of the leather armor. We're going to add the studded leather. Boom, done. Then we go to the Paladin. Get rid of the scale armor. And we're going to do the full, if I can find it. Here it is. Done. Okay, so I'm really happy with where we are there. And now we're going to go ahead and go to the campaign manager. Yeah, I put in 72. So thank you to whoever caught that. I think that was JB. So I'm at, let's see, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 57 right now. So I'll go ahead and update that. And then if we look at the map here, this is the random mission. It's number 34 here. I don't know if you can see that right there. I did notice when I went and looked at the playthrough video that the graphics for this is a little shoddy, meaning it's blurry. It was blurry on the YouTube video. It's really crystal clear on the computer. And if I switch over to my camera here, it looks good. It really, really does. I don't know what I can do to fix that. But anyways, we need to build a home. And so I'm looking at the map here. If I zoom out, we need one somewhere in the middle. So one of the places that might be is this Kingdom of Khmer. So we could try to maybe build a home there. But it looks actually really tough to get to because you have to like go through the mountains to get there. And I'm sure that that's some pretty nasty events. So that may not be the perfect place. But then I'm looking at, you know, obviously Tammy is nice because it's at least in the center of the map, but it's too far south. This one's nice, but it's still too far west. And so I'm thinking something like Nimfall here. Nimfall is in the middle. It's not the nicest of towns. I mean, it just has an inn and a few minor things, but it's a longer road, which is nice. And Norkfall would be just as fine too. We can put a house in either of those. It's near the top center, and then you know, it's not that far of a walk. Now, one thing I was considering is I should probably get mounts because now that I want to travel all the way across, everybody should have one. So the rogue has the cat, for example, and then if I want to just get a horse for everybody else, it gets interesting because technically the cat is too big of a mount for the rogue. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that situation because I wanted a mount that could join me in battle, of course. So, I mean, do you have a horse and a great cat? I mean, it doesn't let you. I mean, it does let you add mounts as long as they're not participating in the battles. So it's a little bit of a nebulous aspect to this game. You know, one of many, of course, but so yeah. So what it says is creatures are for sale. Dark player may offer other animals. I don't know why the dark player would be offering it, but I guess it's because they're the one managing the game. have an evil the stables will include wild boars, dire wolves, and great cats. So I guess a great cat is for evil alignment. I didn't know that either, but maybe that's just that it's for sale, not that you can't have it as a good character. So if you look at the mounts, like for example, the unicorn is a familiar, and it's only available for wizards of good alignment. I'm not sure what the point is. If you're only buying a mount for the purposes of travel, then you're going to buy horses for everybody because they only cost 2 each. So this would be 8 times 4 is 32. And then we're going to have to pay 2 times 4 is 8. And then the great cat is another 4, 12. We'd be paying 12 in maintenance every time we rest. That's a lot of gold, folks. I mean, I know we just accumulated a whole bunch. Don't get me wrong, but that is a lot. You have to be making 12 per mission just to break even. And, these missions have been paying us around 20 each. So should I pay the 32 and get horses for everybody? My thoughts are yeah, because the horses will give us an extra movement point, and that'll let us move around a lot quicker. Besides, what else are we going to do with the money right now? So that'd be 10. This is 20, and then 32. And that leaves me with a whopping 5 gold left, which I will just trade like that. That might be a bit too much, because now I don't have enough maintenance to keep my mounts. And we're not doing a mission yet. So I can't do it. I can't buy the horses. Even though I can afford to buy them, I just can't afford to maintain them at the moment. So I gotta pull back. So we're not gonna do that yet. And then let's get going. And I just realized I was doing a bunch of stuff in front of the camera you couldn't see, but that's okay. I have 37 money, and I was just counting out my money in front of the camera, and it cost 32 to buy all these horses, and then I don't have enough to pay for the maintenance whenever we go to build our house. So that's the issue. Okay, so what I need to do then is, first of all, I need to turn this on, which was my issue. I was using this camera, but it didn't have it turned on, so my apologies there. That's definitely a YouTuber error there. Next is how do we get to this town so we can build our house there? Another part of me is also thinking I would like my town to be in a bigger city, because if we're going to go back there to rest between every mission, I want all the city amenities to be available. And even though this is in the middle, it doesn't have much as far as amenities go. But if I go here, see, it's got everything. Everything's available there. And I think that's just more attractive to me, even if it's further away from some of the quests. This one down here at the bottom, Tammy, also very attractive. So that's been my dilemma, folks. If I do Tammy, of course, and I'm doing missions up north, I mean, you can see I got a lot of traveling I got to do to get back to home. But obviously, if I do Vernic, I got the same problem. So it's not like... Now, one other thing, it's a rule in the game. You can get in a port, like you see here, and you can actually go up the river. But I thought it was more downriver. I don't think you can go up. So it's a lot of goofy rules in this game. The port, there it is, a pier dock. It basically says you can get a rowboat only for river sailing, costs 3 coins. A merchant ship costs 6. And that would let you go up and down the river and then out into the sea. We're just not at a point where we're ready to do any of that yet. So it's really just a matter of let's go somewhere and build the house, like I keep saying. So the This here is a road, this little dash line, and you can see the little road symbol that comes up. So when we move into these regions, you can choose to draw a woods card if you're going through the woods, or you can draw a road. I wish it had a game where like the road was half movement points, but it doesn't. It's just I think you get better events if you're traveling road. And so you can see we can take the road all the way up through Barrock, and we can even take it to Bebel. Up here, and we can put our home there, which I actually think is what I'm going to do. So we are on week 5, and we need to leave Vernick. So leaving the town and going into 2026 here is 1 week of movement. So one second. Okay, I just needed to make sure I was getting this right. So it'll cost us 1 week to leave, to go out into 2026 here, and then to go on the road into 2025. That's just 1 week. And if we had a mount, the ability to move through territories is if you're going along the road. So the mount is what lets you move 2 spaces only on the road. So remember I just mentioned. Boy, I wish the roads gave you a discount. That's the discount. If you're using a mount and you're not on the road, the mounts don't let you travel any extra distance. So yes, if we would have bought the horses, it would have been nice. And there is a quest here along the way that we could hit on the way to building our home. And remember, we talked about going to the inn and just paying the money at the inn. But I think I'm going to go past the quest. And we're going to go up to Bebel, build our home, and then we'll come back down and do our quest. This, by the way, is mission 3, and this was that other mission that I don't remember what it was called. But those are our choices here. So I still should have the camera up. Let me make sure my fingers are showing up. If they are. Okay. So I got the where's the road? I know it's here. Here they are. So here's the road cards. So and I know that was showing up really poor on the camera, but we're going to move into section 25, and that's a road event that we need to roll 4. So we did not. There was no event. So now we moved up to 25, and flip back to the. We're now up to campaign turn 6. So we are currently located here. Okay, so now next turn, we're going to go ahead and travel along the road to here, T27. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I got a 1 again. So we're at the week 7. Now we're going to go to T28 here. This would be week 8. That's a 2. And then we're going to go through Barrock, along the road. And then we're going to go, that's week 9. And now we're going to move up to here, week 10. Okay, we draw an event. So we got an event here. Bandit attack. Till a band of bandits decide to attack some group, all heroes and mercenaries must pass combat skill test. Those who fail will lose 1 vitality point. The group loses a number of coins equal to the number of heroes plus 1d3, even if they win all the combat tests. So number of heroes is 5 plus a 1d3. I rolled a 4, which is a 1. So we would lose 6 coins. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Take 6 coins away. So no matter what, we lose 6 coins. We're just rolling to see if we're losing a hit point. Now the other thing is there's an epic event. Play the quest Bandit attack. We're not doing that. We're gonna let that go. And of course that gets shuffled back in, and it's very thematic to get ambushed by bandits. Okay, so let's start one at a time here. We're going to do the Dwarf Barbarian. he gets a +5. He failed. He takes a hit. Now, he has 3 damage right now, so he actually goes up to 4, because remember, we didn't heal yet. So we actually have a little bit of trouble here with some of our characters. This is the Paladin. That's a 6 + 5. That's a pass. Paladin's fine. And now we got the Elven Forester. Only gets a +3. Elven Forester. Boy, I wish I got something for that. And then the Halfling Rogue. We got a 2. And then a 5 is 7. +3 is... Actually, well, I don't know if you count the combat instructor or not. I'm going to just say +3. That's a pass. If it wasn't a pass, it would have been, I would have had to spend a fate point to save him. And then Chun, the wizard, only gets a +2. He takes a damage. And he only has 3, so we have to spend a fate point to save him. And I rolled a 6. And so he does get saved. All right, that was a little dicey. And that was the risk I'm taking by trying to travel without being healed first. There's a lot of weird things. Like, for example, this is once per mission. I can cast Healing Light. Well, I mean, I could theoretically cast it now. So, like, for example, the Elven Forester has a 5 intelligence. Oh, I'm sorry, she doesn't have the healing. It was the Chun has the healing. So Chun will, for example, heal himself for 2 mana points. And, you know, so that way he doesn't have a dangerous situation again. So, and then, you know, Chun can heal again, you know, because you can cast it multiple times. So there's 5 + 5 more. And so now the Hobbit's healed. So we don't have them down to 1 life point left. So, casting spells in the Overland, it doesn't explain what you can or can't do, but I'm going to assume you can. It's just that I am now down on more mana points, and I still need to stay at an inn or a home or something like that. Okay, so getting back to the app here, we've made it pretty far. So now we're going to go along the road to here, and that's now week 11. It is still winter. Whoops, I was only supposed to roll 1 die, but if I rolled a 4, it would have triggered an event, and both of them did not roll a 4, so I won't roll again. And then we're going to go ahead with that event. We're going into the town of Bebel, which is also a dice roll, because there could be an event in the town. And I did roll a 5, and that does trigger an event. So let me grab that deck of cards. Shuffle, shuffle. And then let's draw one. And the one we're drawing is Friendly Alchemist. 1 random hero among those who can cast spells meets an old friend in this town. And is spelled wrong. The hero can try to pass an intelligence roll. If he does, he gets a free random potion. Okay. Never going to turn down a potion. And I don't pass. Strange enough. I get a +5 to that roll. Okay, so as you can see on the map, we are in the town of Bebel, and Bebel has a whole bunch of stuff. It's got an apothecary, it's got the combat drills, it's got everything, and it also has the place where you can get new spells. So we're going to go here, and we're going to get busy. And so what I'm going to do is switch that camera off, and we're going to go back to this camera. So sorry, I was shutting off too much there. And let's get busy. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to spend the 20 coins and we're going to build a home. Okay, so the home is now in the town of Bebel, and we'll have to mark it on the map, but there's 20 coins spent there. And and we're going to immediately stay there. So each hero will recover lost vitality, mana points, fortune points, and the whole 9 yards. So if we come over here to the wizard, for example, sorry for the shaky camera, the wizard has 10 mana points, And so here's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for the fortune points, they get 6. So this is 3, 6. And then we already healed. And then going over the halfling gets 8 fortune points, and he used almost all of them. There was only 1 left. 6, 7, 8 for the halfling. Halfling's good to go. And then I'm just going to look up at the forester, has 5. It's going to get back 2 mana. So that puts it up to 6 mana. Sorry, that's stretching me as far as I can go. Then we come over here to the Dwarven Barbarian, and he's going to heal. And he has 5 fortune points. So we're going to put 3 plus 2. And then we'll heal. And then has 6 fortune points, which she didn't spend any. So we're good to go there. And she never uses mana. So the home did its job. I know we had to walk really far. And then you are supposed to roll to see if we're robbed, but we don't have anything stored in the home. And the conditions do stay. You have to go to like a special person to get that cured. But that's going to be one of the visits for all 3 of them. So, so that's that. We do have a lot of places in that town, and I'm looking at it off camera here. So, for example, only the wizard is going to go here. Everybody is probably going to go here. And then I'm just looking to see if there's anything else interesting here that we may want to... And of course we want to go here. There might be a magic item for sale. We got to check for that. And there's like a potion, like an apothecary. That might be interesting. But beyond that, that pretty much covers it. So it's an alchemist. This is what the potion is. You can find out the effects of an unidentified potion, which we don't have any of those yet. So, okay, so we spent some money. We still have a lot left. Let's start with the wizard. We're going to go here with him. Characters can find out the effect of a potion, can learn a spell at the usual cost in exchange for 3 experience points and paying the cost of learning it. I don't know what that means. Weapon enchantments on any normal weapon can be transformed into a magic one, adding +1 to the damage it deals for 30. From that moment on, it will also have 2 VP. That's good. It costs 30 though. We just spent a lot of our money, but that's good. It'd be nice to get some enchanted weapons going. I'll just forget I have one, but that's still nice. So let's get our spell here. We wanted to get a water spell, and there's only 2 left. And I think the one I was going to get was ice arrows. It causes 5 damage dice, but remember, just like the user commented, it's only 4 damage dice until I get to a VP level of, I don't remember, I think it's 15. And then all adjacent characters suffer damage dice. That or I could do the wave, which causes target and all adjacent enemies to get 2 damage dice, and then they could possibly be knocked down. I just flat out like this more. It does more damage all around. It just doesn't knock them down. So we're going to go ahead and take that spell. Now, when we do that, the number of mana points goes up by 2. So this is the part where it gets a little dicey. So instead of a 10, this is now a 12. And you really do grab 2 more mana points and give it to the caster. And that's, we would have done that first before we stayed at the house, in case you're really worried about the order of things. So yeah, we get to do that. I can't learn another spell, because another spell would have cost, that cost me 10 coins. So I do have to spend 10 coins for that, and that I gladly do. Which is another reason why we couldn't buy the mounts. Had to pay for the spell. So I'm looking at, I got 21 coins left, which means I won't even be able to buy a, sorry for the camera. Okay, School of Magic is done. Now we do, so for example, the market. Roll 1d6 per group. When on a 6, the merchant will offer you one random magic object. So I didn't get a 6. And then that means we can buy uncommon objects that are 9 or better, which that's a good roll, actually. But I may do something there, but this is the one I'm really interested in. So we can pay 2 coins per character, and you have to pass an intelligence test. If the test is passed, we roll a 1 through a 6, and we can get any of these things. And one of them could be an experience point. You only get 3 per year doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and do 10 coins, right? So that's all 5 characters. So we'll spend 10, and we're just going to go down the line. So we're going to start with the dwarf, gets a +4. Did not get it. It wasn't a 3, but it still was poor. The paladin gets a +4. That's a 6 + 4. The paladin gets an experience point. So I'm going to go ahead and give a poker chip to the paladin. So paladin has 1. Now we're going to go to the forester, and that's a 9. The forester adds 5, so the forester gets an experience point. And then the halfling gets to add 5. That adds 5. The halfling gets 1. And then the wizard is the one who really needs 1, just because he has so many spells to learn, and he gets it 2. So that's actually a good deal. They all got 1, except for the barbarian, and that's not bad. What I think is non-thematic about this is combat school. So the barbarian, who's supposed to be like really good at combat, is the only one who didn't get, because it's intelligence-based instead of like, some other skill. But if I wanted to, I could spend 10 more coins and do it again. And I'm tempted to. However, one thing I forgot to do is spend 1, 2, 3, 4 on maintenance for my cat. So once I do that, I no longer have 10 coins to spend. I am down to 7 coins, so my town frolicking days are now over. So we're going to go back to the main map, and then we're going to travel to a mission. But I'm going to pause this video real quick. My son just got home. I need to ask him some questions. And then I also want to look up these 2 missions and figure out which mission we're going to go do next. So thanks for watching. I'm not ending the video, just pausing. Okay, I am back. And I did take a quick look at these missions. We have 3 of them actually available to us. We have this one here and this one here. Now, when we completed that last mission, as you may recall, we did it for the city of Vernek, which is down here. So what they did was they gave us a quest that's here because that one is for this Aristai city. Like it's helping them. And then this other quest here that's marked, that's helping Barak. So they're both on equivalent levels with each other. It's not like one's the story mission and the other one's not. It's basically we're seeking more adventure, right? So we help Vernek with their problems, and now Vernek is telling us that they know of 2 other cities that have problems. So they're asking us to go off and do those. And then we also, as we had noted, we have mission 34 here. That's that independent mission that we learned about from the tavern. And so it is located here, at least according to this. But if you look at the campus or the campaign book, it's also over here. There's like several places 34 could pop up, but this is where it popped up here. So we'll go ahead and go with that location. All 3 of the quests look very doable. I didn't, of course, get into all the details, but like I can tell you that this one over here is Creatures of the Night. This one is going to be insects, and then this one is more bandits, this 34. I think they're all very viable. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the one that's closest to us. So we're located here in Bebel because I sort of went out of my way to do that. And we can come down and do that mission there. And then once we're done, we would head to the city of Baroque after it's over. So that's our game plan. And I think we have everything we need to rock and roll and make this happen. So let me make sure that my video is recording sound properly, so I'm not talking just to myself. So here we go. Let's turn on the right cameras. Okay, so you can see the dice just popped into your view, and we're going to travel. Oh, we forgot something. See this bridge? That's an event. That bridge there, when I crossed it to go into Bebel, that's an event, and we got to take care of that. Here it is. It's an actual card. It applies to the whole group. It's important enough to have guards on it. One hero of your choice must roll an intelligence persuasion against the guards. So intelligence 4. 3 in the case of an evil alignment, which this is super easy. I mean, our halfling has a 5 intelligence, so I just rolled a 9. I just rolled a 14. So success, the guards allow you to pass. Otherwise, we'd have to pay a coin for each hero who wishes to cross. If you decide you don't want to pay, you have to find an alternate crossing and lose 2 campaign turns. So pretty simple bridge, but we got to cross it again on our way out, which is also interesting because we're not trying to, pass without paying a toll. So we are on week 11, so we're going to go ahead and move to here. And so that puts us to week 12. And I'm betting you I timed out because I was gone for so long. Yep, I did. My apologies, folks. By the way, our campaign data, we're down to 7 coins. And it's not just M10, M3. We're going to add M34. And our group value points, let's get that done too. We have 10, 20, 30, 40. We're at 50 for sure. The Great Cat makes it 56. And I would swear we had more with each spell we add and stuff like that, but maybe not. Well, for sure we're at 56. And then I can look up, like, what does it take to make your VP points go up? And it's usually your items that you're wielding. And I don't think we have any items that increase our VP points. This one here might. It's got a 4 on it on the top left. I'll have to look up what that 4 means. That might be a... Nope, that's not a VP point thing either. Because, like, this one has a 1. All right, I will look that up soon enough. But right now we know we have 56 points. 6 for the lion and then 10 for every hero. And we've completed missions 1, 2. All right, so we're going to move here. And then we're going to roll for the toll. And that was an easy pass. And then we're going to roll for the event on the road. A 4 draws the event. So let's go do that right now. Roads are sometimes impassable, simply happen to even be more dangerous than remote. A giant may have left his hiding place to go and steal cattle, crocodile. Draw 1 travel event card from the area you're traveling by and apply its contents instead. That's fine. We are in, as you can see, we're in the plains there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And also, in this area, while we're here, we could visit more stuff, because you can see there's a temple. So we can pray for the favor of gods, roll, and then get a possible outcome. And obviously we can hire a religious fanatic, but so we can offend the priests. We can roll two. If we roll a 5 or a 6, we can be blessed by the high priest for a cost of 2 coins. In that case, they will get 1 extra fortune point. I'm not real excited about that at all. It's thematic, but I'm not excited about it. And then there's this oracle here. So predict the future. Pay a cost of 2 coins. Roll 1d6. You're given a chance to carry out an independent mission. In addition to the above, you get a fortune point. Yeah, neither of those interest me at the moment. We don't need more missions added, at least not now. So I just got to reach over and grab a card for the planes. All right, here we go. Scorched Village. If you choose to bury the dead, the dark player will place a new danger marker on the campaign map. If you decide not to do so, one of the village puts a curse on you. 1 random hero loses. Okay, and that reminds me of something I haven't been tracking. So we're going to have to take care of that. We were on week 5 when we started this romp. So let's scroll this out. And if you recall, we have some tokens here. One was in this location, a danger marker, and then one was here. So this would have been week 6. They both would have moved like that. Now, we didn't stay at it in anymore. We stayed at our home. And I think that, yeah, we have to roll a d6. See, and I just rolled a 6. So we stayed at our home on week 11. So that means another danger marker gets added for that. And then we're going to add a danger marker for week 12 because we're going to bury the dead. Because we're being a good party here. Okay, so this is week 6. Then in week 7, this danger marker would have crossed the bridge, gone that way. This is a lot like the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. We got the I always forget the name of them, but the kings, the dead kings coming at us that screech. I don't know which way is the quickest way, but I would assume that this way is quickest. So this is week 8. Week 9. Now, granted, we're way up here, so they probably maybe start going across the countryside. Week 10. And then in week 11, it would look like that. And then we would add another one. And now, I'm sorry, that would have been added at week 10, and then it would have moved to here. And then on week 11, we would have got another one. So we got some danger markers coming to us. So something's going to eventually happen there. All right. So we finished all that, and now we're going to go ahead and move to this road here. So that puts us to week 12, which means I don't know if they can cross the river or not. So that means this would have been stupid of me to walk up like this. There's no bridges. There's a bridge way over here. So maybe I wouldn't have moved up like that. I would have moved, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. So he would have been here, and then this one would have been there. Okay. So now they would move across like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they're making their way. And we got to roll our die. I rolled a 6. So we do get another event. Lightning. As Thunderbolt splits a tree in 2 in front of you, it's a bad omen. All heroes must roll courage. For each failed roll, the dark player gets a danger marker. Jesus. That's a lot of danger markers all of a sudden. Okay, so let's get this done. All right, let's go with me, the dwarf. He has a courage of 4. So that's a 5 plus 4 is 9. We failed. So another danger marker. Next, we got the paladin. Passes. The forester. That's a 7 plus 4 passes. The rogue. That's an 11. He gets a plus 5. And then the wizard. It is a 6 plus 5. They all pass. So we only generated 1. But as you can see now, there's 3 of these bad boys up on here. And now we're going to move to the next area. So I think instead of staying on the road, we're going to go across the countryside and enter the Guardian Hills, which is where our quest is. So before I continue, we're now at week 13 and the winter went away. This one is going to move up, over, and just like a little train with the caboose. Okay, so we're at our mission. So we just need to roll for, looks like mountains or hillside or whatever that is. I'm going to go ahead and do that roll. And I rolled a 2, which I guarantee you is not going to trigger anything. Looking for the right terrain. It needed to be a 5 or better. So nothing happens there, no events occur. So I'm going to go ahead and put these event cards away. And then we go ahead and start our mission. Okay, so we're going to do the mission using the app. We're going to try that. I do still have my miniatures if we need them. I do have all my cards and the secondary camera that I'm going to pop things up on the bottom corner if I need to. So I don't know if there's a way to save this campaign, but I'm going to go ahead and just hit home. All right, and then we're going to go to Quest Maps, Quest Book 1. We're not doing Mission 3, which is the one we were previewing. We're doing 10, Hunting the Great Creature. So this thing's going to load up a bit. And then we're going to have to add our heroes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see we're going to be entering the map here. So, oh, Jesus. I just got scared. A bird flew into my window. You might have even heard it on your audio. It bumped hard. Scared the bejesus out of me. I thought for sure it was going to be an angry YouTube viewer. You don't ever read the rule book. You just record it and spew your emotional nonsense. Yes, some of you sound exactly like that. I try to read rule book, folks. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I make guesses and I maybe shouldn't. But yes, it is what it is. Thank you for putting up with me. Okay, here we go. And then we got, so I could do that, but we got creatures. And so we're going to bring out the lion. Just can't find a picture of him. Why don't I see him? He's missing the lion. I thought for sure I had the lion not too long ago. That's the bear, the baboon, the spider. It's not under mercenaries, is it? No. Oh, come on. He's got to have a picture of a lion. I thought for sure he did, because I remember getting it before. I mean, even like he has it as a merc with his character. He has a lion. Okay, I'm going to try to figure this out. Okay, so here's what I did. I found, not under the heroes, but under the enemies, I just found a great cat. And that'll have to do. I would swear I was able to pull in a lion character straight up here. In a previous attempt to do this. Because, I mean, everything else is here. The baboon, the bear, I would swear they had the lion there. I don't know what on earth could have possibly, unless that's what this is. What is this? Oh, there it is. It's shrunk. See that tiny little thing there? That is so bizarre. But that's what we were looking for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. Here we go. I go here and hit delete. And then I can put the great cat there. And by the way, I think I quoted a couple times the great cat has to be within 8 of its owner. It's 12. I don't know where I got the 8 from, but it's 12. In order to get the perception bonus, it has to be within 3 of the owner. So that's something I may forget from time to time. But anyways, that's the great cat. Why his picture screwed up, I don't know. I do love that it lets me change this picture. I don't know why it wouldn't let me change the enemy ones, but anyways. I'm going to hit refresh. Or let's hit save first. I want to save the map. Then we're going to refresh the map and see if that cat loads better. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but see how it only shows like the top left corner of the cat picture? That's the same issue that's going on here. When you click on creatures, it's only showing the top left corner of the cat picture. So I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know what chicanery is going on there, but that's what it is. Okay, so with that figured out, there was one other thing. It does say that our hero's VP points is 50, but that's not true anymore. Every time you upgrade your character. So if you spend the pip points to upgrade your strength, it costs you 6 experience points to do that, right? Because you need 2 pips worth of experience. If you do that, your VP value of your character goes up by 2. But if you learn a new spell, which is what the wizard did, or you get a new skill, that also increases you by 2. So everybody is at 12 now. So our VP, our PV value is actually 60, plus the PV value of the cat is 6. So it's 66. So I'm going to come down here and double click on his reserve, and you can see there's a spot for storing that. So it's going to be 66. Our coins right now, we said was 7. So we're going to enter that in. And we're currently both at 0 VP and 0. And then, of course, we're going to be starting, I don't have to do it that way. I'm going to say we're going to be starting on turn 1. So somebody's coming home and I have to pause or my dog's going to bark. Okay, so I'm going to do some camera magic here. All right, there we go. So what's going on? Let me just make sure. Okay, so the mission setup says that we need to build a deck and we had to take out a whole crap ton of trap cards. So none of these, there's a whole bunch. So you're going to have much less in the stack than you need for the number of players we have. And then the only card to take out of the encounter deck is Thief, but everything else went in. And then, of course, the power-up deck stays the same. It says that I need to set aside one of these. I don't know where exactly it triggers. I'm looking real quick without trying to spoil myself too much. There is a section that's considered rocky. I don't know if it's going to be in the explanation on the website. All sections of this scenario are considered indoors and will be affected by the darkness card at no cost except for the main section. So we will have darkness everywhere. And then there's also going to be red lines represent unevenness or difference in height. You'll be able to shoot through them, but you will not be able to fight in melee. Characters won't be able to move across a red line, but they'll be able to fly through it. If a character, according to the picture in a square whose terrain seems to be elevated with respect to the adjacent one, he can cross the red line to access the adjacent square, but he has to pass an agility test. If it fails, then you will consider to have fallen from a height of 4 squares. So our mission objective is to knock out the quest leader, and we can pull this up on the app. I think I can stop talking there. So I don't want to spoil it anymore. There is a potential to get 3 experience points for this mission, which is awesome because if we get all 3, we level up again. So let's switch around the camera. Okay, so here we go. I'm back. I have the other camera here, which of course is causing some blur. And maybe if it's because of the shadow. Let's try that. Boy, that's really awful. There we go. That looks better. So just had to zoom it in a little bit. Okay. So we come back over to here, the app. We can pull up the scenario, and you'll see that the creature's tracks sink into the hard ground like the footprints of a human on sand beach. Its weight must be incredible. Now you come to understand the terror of the locals. Some have told you they have seen it drag huge oxen in one hand. It's easy to follow the trail of such a large creature, but no one dares to enter the cave where it lurks. Who knows what kind of objects and belongings lie among the carcass of unfortunate victims. So we got to go slay this guy. That's our knock out the quest leader. It's a fantastic insects faction. We will need the reserve point and achievement counters. So we're going to use the app to track that down here at the bottom. We're both at 0. The one thing I do know is, for example, the reserve says 66. It says we need to reserve 20 points for the leader. You can see that here at the bottom. So this needs to go down to 46. So that means, because we have to pay for it up front, even though he hasn't spawned yet. You don't want to spend more points than he has. This darkness card, of course, is in effect the whole game. And then you can see here it's giving me the instructions for how to build my deck, which I've already built. We have to discard the thief encounter. And then it's just letting us know we may not have enough cards because, you're supposed to have like X number of cards per hero. But because we discarded so many cards, the deck's a lot smaller. Any special rules? There's darkness everywhere except for the main section. And for weather, we roll 1d6 before activating any hero with the result of a And then, of course, for the quest, we can slay the giant, and then we have to travel to Barrack the governor, and we'll get 10 coins for each hero. For each hero, so that's going to be 50 coins. And then we would read this narrative, and there's a chance to get 3 experience points. We have to outscore him. We have to accomplish the mission on the first attempt. Now, there is, I think it was in the special rules maybe, that section that I read about the red lines is not showing up here. So these red lines that you see are elevated. You can shoot through them, but you can't move over them. So you'll have to walk around. For the most part, it's no big deal. And then see these little arrows? This is the equivalent of like a door. You go to those arrows and then you say you want to see the next area, and then that's when the next area would get revealed. Technically, we are outside here, but there's no enemies to shoot. So again, I'm not going to roll my die. I'll roll the weather die if there's actually an enemy or something to worry about. The enemies are the beasts. So I have like the Bandit boss deck of cards in front of me here. Let me switch to the camera, make sure I can, how it looks there. Yeah, everything's like way too zoomed in here. Let's zoom out a little. There we go. So you can see the cards. This, of course, being the Bandit boss. I got to go get a different set of cards, but I want to make sure it's not screwing up with the... So I just need to move the camera. There we go. That helps a little. Now you're seeing there's right where my finger is. That's actually the tripod in the way. There we go. So those shades and things it's the green screen effect, but the camera is so wide that it's actually looking beyond the green screen in a few spots, or it's even noticing its own tripod below it. But that looks really good. I like that. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with that. I gotta grab the insect cards. Now, obviously the app lets me pull insect creatures, but it doesn't have all their stats. So, I see a group here, and it's called Fantastic Insects. So just a real quick, here they are. They're looking wonderful. And their most common skills is they're fearsome. They're immune to the effects of fearsome from enemies, so our water elemental won't scare them. They are insects after all. They can cause fear. They sting, and they're poisonous. So we'll deal with those whenever we get to them. There's, of course, the chart that comes with it. Like I said, these cards they cost extra, but they're very nice cards. So the designer has a Bestiary 2 book, which has even more beasts in it. The book is actually really nice, but it's not as nice as the cards. The book has everything that these cards have. It's just that the cards are just nicer. I didn't buy the book. I also didn't buy the second campaign, because he has a second campaign, and it looks like even a third, some island campaign. I didn't buy either of those yet either. He's stated on his website he's going to do a Kickstarter this fall, and I think if I'm still playing this game and liking this game, which so far I am, I think I'm going to get in on the Kickstarter, and then get whatever expansions are coming, and then add the second campaign book and stuff like that at that time as like an add-on. He ships from Europe, and so it's really expensive to just order these things piecemeal. So, okay, with that being said, let's go. Let's play. I am at an hour, so we will do that in the next video. How about that? Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.